I'm in a chair and that can only mean one thing. I have found something to talk about. What I have found, however, is not something you probably expect, or anything like that. What I found is something that I found a long time ago, I just haven't addressed or anything. So today, we're going to be talking about Ponytown and the Ponytown app. So, as some of you know, there is a Ponytown app on the Google Play Store. I don't know for sure if it's on the Apple Store or anything like that. I don't know for sure if it's on there. I imagine it is, but I wanted to address this app. In fact, not just that one app, there is two of them. And neither of them are officially supported by Ponytown. And today I want to talk about them and talk about why you shouldn't be using these apps, as well as give you a little bit of warning on this app as overall, and perhaps even something that you can do to perhaps maybe help. I don't know for sure if it would help or what you can do, but we're going to talk about some ideas and things like that for things to eventually get this taken down. So let's go ahead and jump into the app. I'm going to put up the app next to me or something like that, perhaps in editing. Ooh, look at me. I'm gonna do some weird editing thing, and I'm gonna be in two places at once. So as you can see next to me, there is an app that's called the Ponytown Custom Server. It is by Rafahu whatever, I don't know. If we click on that, you can see that they actually only have two things that they've ever made. One is called a Brony music player, which is also a little bit weird. Basically, it's grabbing a bunch of music that have been made by other people, and it's all putting it into one place. They're usually pony themed and everything like that. It's all Russian, by the way, as well, so it's a little bit harder to get all that. I don't know if this is also an issue or anything like that. I don't have any way to know that, if there's any kind of problem with them having this. I imagine there is. There's probably legal reasons why they're not able to do that either. I mean, I'm like 99.9% sure there is illegal things going on with this app as well. But if we go back to the app in question, the Ponytown Custom Server app, this is where things get very illegal, or not necessarily illegal, but well, yes, illegal. So I'm going to go ahead and actually install this. Now, I just want to point out to everyone, watching at home, do not install this app and do not install the other app either. I'm going to let that install. While that installs, I'm going to go to the other one and kind of take a look at that one. So let's go ahead and click on that one. And this one has 10K downloads. It has less downloads than the other one. I'm not sure why it has less downloads. I'm pretty sure it came out later. That's most likely why. But this one is by Eternity Software, and again, if we click on that one, they have more apps. This one has more apps though. This one has quite a few apps. They're all like Russian, or like I assume that's Russian. I don't know what else that would be. But they're weird things like Putin capturing the planet. I don't know what the hell that is. There's weird apps on here. It is what it is, but their main one seems to be this Ponytown one. So again, I'm going to download that one and kind of show you why you shouldn't be downloading these. Again, don't download them. I'm going to download these for now, just for the sake of this video. But overall, don't download it because it, obviously can lead to them being supported further. So these photos starts with this thing saying basically how to use it, I guess. It says select the server you want to play on, learn the modes, and you add your own server. I don't know what they mean by add your own server, because there's no custom servers that are allowed to be made anymore, and there's no real way to make your own server. I assume they're saying like, oh, if you have a link to some server that you know of, you can put it on there. That's probably what that means. But then it just says enjoy the game, and it sneakily hides the fact that there's ads in there. So that is it for the photos. If we actually go back and scroll up a little bit, you can actually see that there's in-app purchases. Why is there in-app purchases in a Ponytown app? I wonder why. Well, let's go ahead and open this one. This one is by Eternity Software. We'll go to this one first. You agree to our privacy policy. See, this is another thing. Right off the bat, I didn't even know this was a thing, but right off the bat, you can see that this app is basically directly asking you, hey, we're going to collect personal information about you for ad impressions, which means they're saying right up front that, hey, to use this app, we have to collect personal information on you, like where you live, or like what you're doing in the game, what you're saying in the game, different things like that, and they're going to collect that information and they're going to sell it to advertisers to advertise you different things in the game. This is something that Ponytown is never going to do. They're never going to do that to you. So keep that in mind, because the official Ponytown game, the actual Ponytown game, the ones that are made by the devs and everything like that, the one that we all play and enjoy and everything like that, the actual game will never do this. It will never have ads, and it will never ask you, like, hey, do you want us to, collect your information to sell to advertisers? Because they're not doing that. They're getting their money from Patreon and nothing else. I don't want to agree to that, but there seems to be no way to actually disagree to that, so we're going to have to go ahead and agree to it for the sake of this video. I'm not going to really play it any mini. Look at that. Immediately get an ad. As soon as I agree to that, I immediately get an ad. So let's go ahead and close out of that. As you can see, it's just a really terrible thing here. It has Sleepy Town, it has Sleepy Town, Ashes Town, Grown Town, Durgan Town, which we already know the issues with Durgan Town. That shouldn't be on this. If there ever was an official app, it definitely isn't going to link Durgan Town, even if it does link other custom servers, which I doubt an official version of this ever would. This seems to have something to do with Grown Town. If you are a fan of the channel, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know on my official website, my official Ponytown fan site, where you can actually go to these custom servers directly without any ads or any kind of interruptions or anything like that. No in-app purchases, no bullshit or anything like that. It's just a fan site that allows you to go directly to custom servers, tells you a little bit about those custom servers, and also offers you things to do in Ponytown while you're there. If you're a fan of that, you know that there's issues with Grown Town and Durgan Town. I can't say this for sure, this part of speculation, but I kind of suspect that Grown Town is responsible for either this app that I'm on currently or the app that I'm going to look at next. They could be part of both. They could have done both. I don't know, but I am willing to believe that Grown Town is responsible for this because Grown Town is a Russian server. This is obviously a Russian app, and of course they have been known to do sneaky, slimy things like this, and of course you would know that on my website. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go to the main Ponytown game, and I'm gonna hit play and see what happens. So it actually loads the game. I feel weird about signing in, but let's go ahead and sign in. Okay, so now that I have signed in on this app or whatever, it's not rotating. Rotate. Is it stuck in this rotation? Is it stuck? Okay, no, it's not. Now that I've signed in and everything like that, let's go ahead and hit play and kind of show you what is going on here. Oh, there's actually no ads on this one. That's weird. But there was ads when we started, and there's supposed to be in-app purchases, so I'm curious of what these in-app purchases are. So let's go ahead and leave the game now that we're here. I imagine in-app, or like advertisements or something like that will probably show up at some point while we're playing, probably at the top like the other one does. I don't know, but let's go ahead and leave. And how do I actually leave this? Do I press this or something? Yeah, every single time I go back to the main menu, it brings me an ad, which is really weird. Where are these in-app purchases at? I'm curious. Let's look at the servers. Okay, add server to list. Let's press that. Yeah, it brings me to their VK page, I guess. I guess that's what that is. I don't know what that's about. I'm confused. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what this is. I don't know where the in-app purchases are. There's got to be some in there because it literally tells you on the Google Play Store that there is. But anyway, that is that one, and that is why you shouldn't be using that one. It's advertisements everywhere. There's issues and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and uninstall that now. Do not keep this on your phone either, because again, it's collecting personal information on you. I don't know if they have some way to get outside of the app and see other things that you're doing. I doubt it, but if they are, then again, better safe than sorry. And again, if you have it on your phone, you're clearly supporting them and everything like that. So try not to support them. Don't install the app. And if you do have it, go ahead and uninstall it. But anyway, that was the one by Eternity Softwares. Let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit and go to this other one. Now, we already installed this a minute ago, but I want to kind of show this one a little bit more. Let's go ahead and look at the images first. And keep in mind that this is what it's supposed to look like and everything like that. First off, everything is in Russian. It prominently displays Durgan Town on there, which is a big no-no already off the bat. And it has like this random things here, and it doesn't have anything else. It just has 2 images on there, and that is it. And again, if we scroll back up, you'll see that it contains ads listed right underneath it on there. So it clearly contains ads. So the question is, what are those ads? How is it displaying those ads, etc., etc.? Now, right off the bat, it just brings you right in really fast. I kind of like this. I kind of like the setup they got, but I really hate the fact that they're doing this. So we got Ponytown, Ashes Town, Pixel Horse, etc., 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 etc. Durgan Town actually isn't on this app, even though it's advertised on there that it was, which is a weird thing for one, but good on them for removing that. But anyway, let's go ahead and try to go to Ponytown main game, and I'm going to go ahead and sign in again. Okay. So now we are back in the game. We're on the other app, the other one, the first one that has 100,000 downloads and everything like that. As you can see, right off the bat, there is a very annoying thing at the top of the screen. And what is that thing at the top of the screen? It is an ad. There is an ad at the top of the screen. That is something that, of course, like I said, is something that Ponytown themselves are never going to have. They're never going to have an ad, and even if they did, they're definitely not going to display it in this way. Oh, but you may be saying, that is fine, it's a small price to pay for ease of access to Ponytown. Well, first off, Ponytown is easy enough to access because you can access it from any web browser and things like that. In fact, you can actually download Ponytown as an app, sort of, if you do like the whole save to home screen thing. There's settings like that in different browsers and stuff like that. You can save web pages to your home screen as an app. So it's kind of an app, but not really. But that's besides the point. You may be thinking, oh, even if that's on there, it's a small price to pay. It won't be there when I actually join a server or anything, right? You would be wrong, because in fact, if I actually hit play, the ad would still be on there at the top of the screen. It's the same ad. It's still on the screen. Even if I walk around and everything like that, if I try to press settings or something like that, maybe I'll accidentally press the ad, and guess what? I pressed an ad that gives them money, that allows them to monetize their game, and of course, that is illegal because it is not their game, it is Ponytown's game. It is the Ponytown devs game. It belongs to them, not Rafu Studios or whatever this is called. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and try and go back. This is something that I just noticed as well. As you can see, the layout here at the bottom of the screen is very similar to the previous app. This is why I believe that both these apps are technically by the same people, but they're releasing it under a different studio or a different name. That way they can make extra money, and they were under fire potentially. Well, they may have been under fire, or they may be getting caught sort of in the act of monetizing someone else's game. So anyway, I can't really go back to that thing without closing this complete game out and then going back over to the thing on my phone. So as you can see, it's very similar to the other one. It's in Russian. They both have ads and everything like that. They both have a very similar layout at the bottom of the screen, and that is why I think they're by the same people. And I don't know for sure if that's the case or not, but it's definitely starting to seem that way. But that is enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and uninstall that app now. So again, as you can see on the screen, wherever it is, right down here, it has 100,000 downloads, this first one. 100,000 downloads. That's 100,000 people that downloaded this app and potentially saw an ad that paid them money. This is a very scammy thing that's going on right here, and you should definitely be aware of that. So what can you do? Well, one thing that I suggest you do is review bomb this game. Review bomb this game, and like when you review it, say that it is a complete ripoff, that it is stolen from the original devs, and basically include information like that in your review. As you can see here, there's people that believe it is actually legitimate. People like this person here by Marble Wings, they said the freedom of creativity is amazing because you don't have to buy items and it's not pay to win. I love it. 5 stars. Here's some ideas to add though. Add whiskers to the customization and add some different wings. This is a person that believes this game is actually by the actual Ponytown devs, or they believe that the game is actually only on the App Store and is not on desktop or PC or mobile or anything like that. This is someone that has fallen for this scam and someone that believes this app is legitimate when in fact it is not legitimate, and they are scamming people like this out of money by selling them ads, or not necessarily selling them ads, but having them be presented with ads that potentially might get clicked on either intentionally or accidentally by that user. So the user might accidentally press on the ad, or they might intentionally click on the ad, and regardless if it was by accident or intentional, these people, these Rafu people, the Rafu studio people, get money every single time you click on one of those ads. In fact, they probably get money whenever they freaking get a download or something. I don't know for sure how that works, but I know for a fact if you click on one of their ads, they 100% are getting paid for that. Considering they have 100,000 downloads, and considering there's still tons and tons of people out there that have fallen for this and still believe that it's actually true and legitimate, they're probably making a ton of money. And this is a very illegal thing because, of course, Ponytown does not endorse this. They didn't ask for this. This is not something that they gave permission to. And Ponytown and their staff and everything like that is going to look into it, and they're going to try and resolve everything so that it can be fixed and removed from the App Store. So if you do have this app, it will eventually be removed. these people have fallen for this, and something needs to be done, because the longer that this app is on here, the more people are going to download it, and the more people these people are going to. I don't know what else you can do other than, you know, review bomb it, and when you review bomb it, make sure to include information that, hey, this is illegal, these people have been scamming people, and they have been, they basically are making profit off of other people's work. Keep in mind that this other app is also unofficial. I want to remind everyone of that. And again, this one has 10,000 downloads. So these people have scammed 10,000 people. So again, if you have downloaded either of these apps, I recommend you go to these things on the App Store, review bomb them, and delete them from your mobile device or whatever. Real quick, I want to make it clear that, like, Ponytown didn't ask me to make this video or anything like that. It's just something that I think should be addressed publicly at some point, and it just hasn't been addressed publicly. And I think it's about time that someone spoke up about this, because there's so many people, like, you know, falling for this. So many people, you know, falling for this, and every single time I hear someone being like, "Oh, I'm using the Ponytown app," I'm like, "What app are you talking about? There's no official app." And they go, "Yeah, there's ads and everything like that, but it's good and everything like that." I think that something needs to be said about this, so that people stop doing this and stop supporting these people who are obviously benefiting tremendously off of this stuff. Because like I say in the video, I think it's 100,000 downloads on one of them, 10,000 downloads on the other one. If even half the people accidentally click on an ad, that is a lot of money that is going into those people's pockets. So something needs to be done. Some kind of public announcement needs to be said, and I think it's about time something is said. So I'm going to say it myself and basically say, here it is. Here's your warning. Do not download these apps. They are not official. If Ponytown ever makes an official Ponytown app, they will announce it on Twitter. They will say it somewhere. They will make it public, and they'll make it very obvious that it is theirs and not some random scammy app thing that some other random company is making. It's going to be obvious when it's theirs, because not only is it going to be polished, you're not going to see any ads and everything else like that. It's going to be obvious when they make one, if they ever make one. So that is that. Let's get on to this and talk about this whole thing, or if we've already talked about it, there you go. There's that last little thing there, and we're good to go. So that is everything that you need to know about this current situation. Ponytown knows about these apps. I don't know for 100% sure they know about the second one, but I know for 100% sure that they know about the first one that has 100,000 downloads. So Ponytown is going to take some action eventually. I don't know when they're going to do it. I don't know how long it's going to take them to do anything. But for now, keep in mind that these apps are technically illegal. They're using other people's information. They're selling people's information. They're using other people's property and everything like that. You know, of course, Ponytown devs, they're using their game and everything like that. They're obviously using Ash's Town's, game as well to make profit and everything like that. They're using custom servers and everything like that to make profit. So that's going to do it for the video. I do hope that you enjoyed. I do hope that if you do have these apps, you just uninstall them, because it is very easy to just play these things on your mobile device or on desktop or whatever else. So literally just type in Ponytown on your computer or browser from your mobile device, whatever happens to be your thing of choice. You can even play on an Xbox or a Quest 2. I've tried it recently on a Quest 2. It actually works. It's really janky. I don't recommend it on a Quest 2, but that's besides the point. The point is, if you want to play Ponytown, just go to a browser and type in Ponytown. If you want to go to a custom server, you can type in those custom servers, or you can go to my official fan site, not my official fan site. It's an unofficial fan site that has them all linked there for you, so you can find them, and it's a lot easier, and there's no ads to sell you once you get into the game. So that's going to do it for the video. I do hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please do leave a like, subscribe, share, do all of those wonderful things, because when you do those wonderful things, you get access to wonderful content such as this. But that's not all you get. That's not all you get. You also get to become wonderful yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.